All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Thank you for being here. Happy Thursday to you. I appreciate you stopping by. Hello, Johnny and Missy and VW10. Hello, how are you guys? Hope you had a good week. I hope everyone is staying warm and toasty and safe. We got a big winter storm blanketing the country. Some people have already had it hit them. We're gonna have it hit probably this weekend. Even down here in central Texas, we're gonna get probably some freezing rain and really cold weather. Ideally, nothing will happen, but I'm sure like the city will shut down. So we'll see how it goes. Hello, Tabitha. How are you? Thanks for being here. Tabitha is another Lug member who I said we're going to be doing some studio stuff tonight, so I guess we're doing studio stuff tonight. I did want to show you a couple things. And of course, the camera is not working. It was working when I tested it all. There's one thing that's still not quite good on this whole setup. So I got some parts in. These are really rad colors. This is like, it's like a light pink, or this is super light, light nougat. This used to be light flesh, and this is like a light aqua. Pretty cool colors. These are going to be some of the shops on the Q2 Stadium. So I got a bunch of these bricks to make the shops around the back side of it, and the shops are all about this size. So I went trying to build all the shops ahead of time so that when I get the part of the stadium done, I could just kind of put these on there. And I realized I didn't have any of these colors. I also need to order dark blue to go under the tan, have plenty of tan. So anyway, building that, still waiting for some parts for the rest of the seating area. That's what's going on with the stadium. Yeah, so that's what's going on there. For tonight, I was actually thinking of doing some more theme bending stuff, but that would require I'll show you what the ones that I have done recently. They're pretty fun. Requiring getting a set built, and I don't have all the sets built that I want. So like, you know, you build, this is the set completely built, and then you go through and you change the colors to be the, you know, the Spirius color scheme. So this one wasn't too bad. This took just a couple hours to do. But something a little bigger would be like this old ATST. Oh, well, no, that's the AT-AT. Okay. Which is, I can show you that here too. This is the kind of the recent ATST, the Hoth set, the minifig set, not the UCS. The UCS would have taken forever. So the idea was to build this in set or in studio, and then you can just go through and change colors and change parts and make it look like you want to. And then we ended up with the insectoid line of mid to late 90s stuff. So all these parts should be, if you expand out the parts list over here, it should all be okay. Like, I know it says there's some stuff, but I think it like oddly shows that they don't exist, but then they do. See how it blinks? It's really weird. Anyway, this was a lot of fun. The next one was going to be an AT-AT. So the problem with doing it in studio first is you have to build it. And this is going to be a pretty big set. So this might take a while to do. You can, of course, get rid of like all the figure stuff. I'm not going to need 3PO or the pilot, or I think it's Han is in here. It looks like Han hair and a dress and his pants. But the rest of this you got to build. And I've started noticing that the import feature sometimes doubles up on parts. So when I was doing the A-Wing, there was a bunch of like giant slopes left over. So that's not fun, because then you're like, I thought we were done here. So anyway, that's the next project. And I think, if I got this right, what did I say for the AT-AT? Space Police. So we're going to do Space Police for the AT-AT. I was going to do the Skywalker as Robo Force, but I think I might do the AT-AT as Robo Force. And then I'll switch that up with some other ones. I got them mixed up, so I'm going to redo it. Anyway, that's part of that process. Well, I've got Space Police 1 and 2 listed here. So I've got a Y-Wing I still need to do as Unitron. Scout Walker I already did as Insectoids. Did the A-Wing as Spirius. Razor Crest I'm going to do Space Police 2. The Falcon is UFO because the Falcon has those curved plates and the UFO had those, not curved plates, curved bricks with the print on them. So I'm going to do that as UFO. That just makes sense. The AT-AT I think I'll switch to Robo Force. B-Wing maybe Space Police, or B-Wing is Blacktron 2. TIE Interceptor as Space Police 2. And then a Land Speeder as Explorians. Those kind of, I was trying to go through like that with the TIE Fighter, X-Wing, Lambda Shuttle, Slave One, and a Snow Speeder. I feel like those are all like the classic Star Wars ships. None of these are, I don't really have a lot of prequel stuff in here. I probably could have done like the LAAT or the the torrent, the 170 torrent. But yeah, I think I'm going to stick with these for a while. So anyway, that's what's next. So I'm going to try to get that done soon. I don't think I'm going to get it done by Brick Rodeo, but I'm mainly working on the stadium for Brick Rodeo, and I'll probably bring the microfighters again. So anyway, that's what that is. In terms of microfighters, let's look at the list. Because I put a poll up and more people said they wanted microfighters, so we'll maybe do another quick microfighter. The one Space Police, one small, looks like an A-Wing. Yeah, there's one it's just kind of a small, it's about that big. And then it's got a cargo thing on the back that you can put in with a prisoner. It's got little jail cells. You know what I want to do? I think I want to try to do Moya. I know I've been watching a lot of... I also need to add like some stuff at the end from Atlantis. So this is my to-do list. I'm going to do the... What is it? What's the big ship from Atlantis? I was just watching it. It's not the Aurora. It's not the Orion. It's the... We're going to look it up real quick. Stargate Atlantis capital ship. Because we could do a 302 as well from... oh, this has got a list of ships. Wraith Hive. Ancients. That's a Hive ship. So 303, 320. Doesn't have a list of the... That's weird. Not a city ship. Yeah, this one. It starts with a P. Is it the Pegasus? No. It's not the Prometheus. Maybe it is the Prometheus. No, the Prometheus was like their first one. Hi, Greg. How are you? It's not the Prometheus. Well, now it's not going to say. Oh, it's not the Odyssey either. The Odyssey was like the second. Yeah. Oh, the Daedalus. That's what it is. Okay. So the Daedalus is the big main craft you see after like the second season that they use all the time. You saw Mercy, huh? So I'm going to put the Daedalus up here. Daedalus. And I guess I can put... I don't know who to put yet. Because I could also put a 302. It's not a Death Glider anymore, but... And that can be Shepherd. And this can be... I forget what the Colonel's name is. Starts with a C. Anyway. So, but yeah. Let's see if we can maybe do... I have a feeling we might be able to pull this off. So... I'm going to create new. Let's pull up see if we can find a decent picture of Moya. And this is Farscape. If you haven't seen Farscape, I highly recommend it if you like science fiction. Moya is a living ship. Cheers, doing some Shiner Prickly Pear. It is kind of another character in the show, and they are ships called Leviathans, and they're symbiotically molded with, added with, put together with these creatures called pilots. And the pilots are a different species, but they work symbiotically with them. They help kind of direct all the functions of the ship, but the ship kind of does what it wants a lot of the times. It also has it has no armaments. Its only defense is a thing called starburst, which this is kind of what it does. The little back 3 things open up like that, and it opens up basically like a hyperspace, and they escape. You ordered a lot of Blu-rays today. Very cool. That's something I'd like to start doing, is ordering more Blu-rays. So I think we could put either Pilot, or I think John Crichton would be probably better. Pilot probably would be too big of a character, and he's not a main character. John Crichton is kind of the hero of the show, played by Ben Browder, another Stargate person, but he's easily kind of replicated in Lego form. He's just a white dude, regular old white dude. Put him in a black t-shirt or one of these cool jackets, like whatever you want to do. I like this red jacket that he's got. We can find something like that. So let's start with the figure. Tabitha, if you're still here, if you got any questions about the process or anything, just holler. I'll do my best to answer. Somebody in the chat can answer too. I know Johnny does some studio stuff. And otherwise, I hope everybody's being safe and warm. Nightmare on Elm Street collection. Jason's Goes to Hell, Jason X, Wonka, and Wicked for Good. Cool. Let's see. I have a feeling there is one that is kind of like his vest. I seem to remember. It's not called vest, though. It's like armor. So there's a lot going on. If I could color that. See, this is where you turn the filter off, and we can get any color we want. And that's dark brown. And honestly, if we're going to be just doing studio stuff for now, I'm going to turn off these lights. Because the brightness and then trying to look at the screen is very distracting. I hope you don't mind not seeing a whole lot of my face, but oh, that makes so much better. All right. Okay, cool. Let's see. That's not the one I wanted, but that's pretty cool. We can find one that's dark red, so I don't have to color it. Let's do this. Oh no, it doesn't matter, because I'm just gonna, whatever it is, I'm just gonna color it. I just need it to be able to be colored. Like that one's pretty close. And his name is John Cena. Now, okay, so we're out of torso ideas. All right. So let's just give him a black t-shirt. So we do no print, torso, just a regular old torso. And then we'll do this as black. And then we're going to do right arm, sleeve. This will be printed because he's got a t-shirt on, so we'll give him, we'll color this flesh or nougat, light nougat. He's kind of a pasty dude. Left arm sleeve. And let's see, head, smirk. Is there such thing as a smirk? Yep, that's very him. And then his hair is pretty much white dude hair. It's short. Right. This pilot character in Farscape is one of the better, like the whole show is, it's done with Jim Henson's Creature Shop. God, I wish I could find that. That's such a cool vest. He doesn't usually have gloves, does he? I don't think so. Ooh, he's also got this red trench coat thing going on. So all the aliens and a lot of the characters in it are just really well designed. No, that's too long. That's pretty good. Let's give that dark brown. It might be shorter hair, but it gets more spiky after that. It's not parted. It's not emo. That's pretty good. It's not combed. It's short and spiky, but Lego really doesn't do short and spiky. I've already done that one. That's too anime. That's too long. That looks like a bicycle helmet. I think we're good with this one. So again, with the minifigures especially, I'm not coloring them specifically anything, because very likely I will end up either kit bashing something out of something I already have, and there are so few torsos and heads in Studio that it's just easier to go onto Bricklink and find something and then just buy it, the torso or whatever you need. But there's also a chance, and we can look here in a second, that a company like Firestar Toys might already have, and he's got a, let's give him a hip. They might have printed one. So there's a set of legs that's going to have like a holster on it. Not that one. From like a Han Solo kind of thing. Not that one. Not that one. Kind of that. That's actually pretty good because he's like science fiction-y. Holster. We just put holster. That's probably good. That's better. So we're gonna make this dark blue. Well, we'll just do black on that too, because I don't know what. I think most of the time he wears mostly all black. It's hard to see. Look at them leather pants. So yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll give him a blaster. And we'll be good to go. Generally don't know what kind. He's got kind of it's that double-barreled one looking thing. I don't know if we just call it a gun, if that'll actually come up. Yeah, I like that one. That's a good one. That's pretty big. All right. And this one will come in flat silver, probably. Pearl Dark Gray. Perfect. All right, John Crichton. So we'll save this as Moya. Let's see. No real Lego stuff coming out within the next like week or so, but I know Pokemon's coming out in about a month, right? Like the 27th will be pretty big. My eyes are Faride Moya. Guess I'll capitalize it. I've capitalized everything else. All right, cool. So now, let's get his arms up so we can put him in a sitting position. Sometimes I don't like the way it does this. Alright, cool. Now to get his legs to move, because sometimes the legs come together as their own group. So you have to release them. There's a little button down here called release, or you can right click and do submodel release. Now the legs will move independently. You hit H for hinge, set that to 90 degrees. Now he's sittable. Cool. So Moya is a teardrop shaped with different appendages. I'm probably just going to put him as close to the middle as possible. There's not a lot to this ship, so being round and being multicolored is going to be the biggest thing. Tans and nougats and stuff like that. Yeah, if you did a Farscape Aliens, some of the best aliens in this show. I mean, there's Pilot to start. Here's a couple cool ones. I don't remember that guy, but it's cool design. This is one of the main bad guys in later seasons. This is most of the cast. I love the design of Dargo. Rigel's a full puppet. No, I can't remember her name. I was just watching it. That's Chiani. Can't remember his name now. Aaron Soon. Oh, Rigel, Dargo. Now I can't remember. Anyway, she was initially fully covered in all this makeup, and like hands and arms and like down to her chest and stuff. Sometimes her legs. And after a while, it just made her very sick. And she's like, "Can we just do maybe from like the neck up?" Because it was kind of everywhere. And they're like, "Yeah, we'll do that." So I mean, here's some great aliens. This guy was a later. Oh, where is he? He's not in here currently. Yeah, here's another of the Scorpino kind of race. This lady was weird. She was like, she would feed on people, but she was like trying to play innocent. And then when they got too close, she would like, her head would launch stuff. And very cool stuff. See if I can get some better looking. It had some really good, like non-humanoid kind of stuff as like background people. Not even like some of these. Just really great. Anyway, it's on Prime. Like if you have Amazon Prime, absolutely give it a watch. It's really great. Let's see. A couple trailers came out today. We've got a trailer for He-Man. The new He-Man's coming out. Doesn't look all that bad. It looks like kind of a typical action movie. The trailer shows most of the movie. I was a little upset about how much of the movie it showed. These are all like replicas and stuff. I mean, as good as anything, I guess. And then a trailer for Mall Shadow, not Shadow King, but Shadow Lord. Shadow Lord, yeah, that looks really good. Almost all the Star Wars animated stuff has been fantastic. There are two exceptions, one being the very first Clone Wars movie, which was not great. Like, I know it set everything up, but it was not, it was really like, the introduction of Ahsoka was really bad. The storyline with Jabba the Hutt's cousin or uncle being voiced by Leslie Jordan, by the sound of it, was just not great. And it was, ugh. But the show itself really grew from that. And it built up a bunch of, from there it built up Bad Batch, which was really good. Clone Wars all the way through to season 7 was very good. Resistance wasn't as good. Rebels really grew into itself. It started off a little kind of kid-like, but then it really kind of grew up. So it was a lot of fun. My music died. So now I'm just going through and pulling out some parts for inspiration, just so I remember that they're available. Curve slope stuff, because I'll probably go through, and I've set the color palette back to actually using colors. So available colors in Bricklink only. You can also set it to be within the selected building palette. I'm not worried about that because I don't have a building palette. I'm just going to use every part available in Bricklink I can find. But if you turn this off, you can pick any color for any part. It'll tell you that it won't work, but So like, for instance, this is a newish kind of part. Probably isn't available in a lot of different colors, so that you can highlight it and come back through and look and see what colors are available. Like, we can set this to medium nougat, probably is a good place to start. Shocking that it's in that color. We'll probably do some snot building with this. Inverted. Let's see if we can do, there's medium nougat there as well. I like the idea of doing medium nougat and maybe like some pearl gold. So we'll do medium nougat, and then we'll just copy this and see if they've got a pearl gold. Should be down here. This probably won't be in pearl gold. It's not. This might be. So we got a copy of that in pearl gold. I might do brown too, really depends on what's available. This is a newer one that I don't think, oh, it does have medium nougat. Look at that. It's great. Got this upside down one. Okay. Pearl gold. No, so we'll leave that one as is. This is also kind of a new piece. Reddish brown. Okay, so let's color that this for now and just kind of leave it over here. We also need to make tendrils off the back. And the idea I had was for those like tree trunk, elephant horns pieces. I think it's horn. Is it a horn? Like that would be a good part to use for it. If I could rotate it. that. It also depends on what color these can come in. They also come in medium nougat. That's fantastic. These might be expensive, so like this piece is 70 cents or 80 cents. It's not a tree trunk, but it's the part that connects to this. So find compatible bricks. Should be in here. Anything with an open stud is going to show up. So this might be dinosaur tail. Maybe it's called tail. This is dinosaur tail end section. So here's another piece that could be used if it comes in the right colors. That's pretty good. No, not that one. Dinosaur tail, middle section, neck. We just used that. I guess this is the part that goes right here. Which if there's that, then this should come in that part too. But it doesn't. What does come in? Pro gold. Good to know. Yes, VW. Hello, I saw last week the Tifo seems to be Willie Nelson's. Yeah, I have no idea. They've done a Willie Nelson before. I don't know if they do one again. I haven't been to the painting on it yet, so I don't know. And if I did, I wouldn't be able to tell you. You have to keep that secret. You can't say what it is. If you go and work on it, you can talk with other people in it, but I guess that's the piece I was looking for. So this piece is good. This piece, I think, tail. This is another kind of that piece. That's a little too big. This might be pretty good. Really the only organic thing. So let's pull up plants again. Maybe I can find like a stem or a vine or something that's kind of straight. I need something that's nice and graceful. Yeah, they've done a Willie Nelson Tifo. Looks like they have done two. Because then they had another big one. That was this one. So this was fun to work on because these were actually mirrored. So the idea was that people could look at it and see themselves. This one was heavy. Painted that. Worked on that. Painted most of that scarf, actually. This one was a lot of fun. Painted a lot of this pink, or this tan area in here. This was a different group. This wasn't LV. This was a different group that did that. This was right before my time, but I still like this a lot. And this was before our time too. I think this was their first one with Selena. Anyway, yeah, I have no idea what it is. So I don't know how I'm gonna do these little dots in it. This is supposed to be all the windows and stuff and all the curled bits, but we'll figure it out. So if we can just assume that that'll be the front. Let's just go with that. That seems like a good place to start. And we can do some snot building because I would like this to also be underneath. So we'll do, I'm gonna do So 1x1 modified plates. I think it'll hold together like this. It looks like we may need another plate in there. Okay. So this is pretty good. I don't know of another way to hold these together like that. So yeah, He-Man trailer, Darth Maul trailer, and we also got a new Game of Thrones show started. The Night of the Kingdom, Night of the Seven Kingdoms, or something like that. It's a hedge knight story. It's basically a season-long A Knight's Tale. It's, you know, a hedge knight tries to make good, and he's very likable, and I'm sure there'll be a love interest at some point. There just won't be really rad David Bowie music in the background. All right. So that's a good front end. Now if I can figure out how to then, this would also be good. These pieces, these are good pieces. They're pretty new. I don't know. Yeah, this is all that's available. Tan and dark reddish brown. So good idea, maybe not this show, as my theater director used to say. These would be good pieces. These are also kind of new. Tan. These are a little older. Might be able to be some of use. Light nougat. Medium nougat. So this would be good. Do they come in that color at all? They do. Oh, for $1.30, you too can have a pearl gold slope. Right. So this actually looks like it's going to be darker than that. This doesn't come in pearl gold, does it? About brown. Okay, it does come in brown, but that's too dark. Gold seems to be a really good color. This is one of those where it's hard to tell really, because from any angle it could be a different color. Like that's obviously like an orangish. From here, from, you know, backlit, it's a little tan. It's got some red in it. The inside of the ship is roughly the same, so you can kind of see what the we're gonna stuff for this weekend's display. We'll see how the weather goes. Ours was canceled. Brick convention was canceled. I was a little bummed out. I'm surprised there's not more images of this. This is some art. This is probably the best image, so we'll just keep going with that. I just don't think I'm going to get like a darker gold. We look up, let's just do curved slope. Doesn't really matter. Just do this. Because in color info, I wanted a color guide. There's a color info, view all colors. Okay. Well, that's not what I wanted. There used to be like a link to a color guide. Hearts color guide. There we go. Oh, don't tell me it doesn't. Oh, there we go. Wow. So this is a pretty good section of the page that's got like, you know, broken up by family and all the colors within it. Like dark is dark orange. I don't think this comes in dark orange either. Would that be a better color? Dark orange, maybe. Maybe. Maybe a mix of, because that doesn't come in bright light orange. It doesn't come in gold. I kind of want to keep these pieces, so let's set these aside for a sec and then look at some other, because dark orange would be pretty good as well. Don't think that comes in that. I'm shocked at the level of, okay, that doesn't. How about this guy? Kind of figured that guy would. This guy comes in that color too. Cool. Okay. Does not come in pearl gold. Tan, I know it comes in tan. I know it comes in medium nougats. All right. And it just might be orange is better too, but it really depends on how it plays in the light. Dark orange might be it. So let's look at some other curved slopes, or the subsection in here called wedge. These are going to be helpful. I should have been checking on these guys. I'm getting pearl gold, orange, medium nougat. Perfect. It's another one that's going to be helpful. Can't do that one. Can't do that one. And it can be light. It can't be light nougat. Can't be. Okay, the only thing I can get this one in is not even in tan. What colors can I get him in? Dark tan? Alright, well, this guy may not be as useful. Some newish pieces. These probably are going to be helpful. Like if you stuck these behind this and inverted them, that would give you more of the teardrop shape, and then maybe even rotate it so they're coming back on themselves a little bit. It's a little pointy, so you need something a little more curved, but might be useful depending on what colors they come in. Medium nougat, no. Dark orange, yes, so that's helpful. What about gold? No. Okay, so dark orange. Less helpful. We're here. I think these guys can go next to it like that. That's pretty good. Maybe use these guys as the front. Although, man, this would fit this just perfectly, wouldn't it? I hate that I backed myself into a color corner here with some of this stuff. So I know the Pokemon sets are a little divisive, but is anybody actually planning on getting any of them? Maybe not this go round, but another time. So it looks like the arms kind of come out from behind it. They go all the way back? Yeah. That's probably a good idea. Honestly, the Eevee is like kind of the size I was expecting them all to be. I don't know why they had to make a giant Pikachu with a big old stand and other stuff. It's like, just all we want is the monsters. That's all we want. Curved bar. Sometimes you get lucky with a good blade piece that fits your need. This is actually not a bad. You get it in a good color. And it doesn't, oh, it comes in Pro Gold. Okay. This is a maybe. Because I feel like I could kind of put this. Doesn't come in orange, does it? No, okay. So this just curls too much. I need it to go this far and then like go straight. So maybe like a bar, 6. That may be too long. Let's do a bar 4. I was thinking of maybe just putting. I hate that. I hate it so much. You drag the piece out here and it doesn't connect to anything initially, and then it just disappears. It's like, oh man, what? Round brick. And a cone. This is kind of what I was looking for, these guys. What do the ends of these guys look like? Oh, those are Technic bar connections. I don't want those. There's a pointed piece you've used. If you know what the name of it is, I would love to, not that one. I would love to know what it is. See, this is the problem with this is I have to figure out how to attach it at this angle like that, which means it needs to be sitting in, there needs to be a whole contraption that has a Technic, something that can hold a Technic pin but also rotate back slightly. There's a pointed piece. Is it... Also, I don't have to make it out of a single like tube like this. I mean, this is kind of janky, but there's no reason to not be able to do... like this and then just slightly bend them. Something like that. Even these guys. Well, they came in more available colors. Something like that. There's also like a gem. Is it a jewel? It's got like a it's like this, but it's a single. It's like a diamond shape with the handle underneath. It's got, this piece only comes in magenta, and it is apparently pretty expensive. I've never seen that before. All right. So here's the problem with making smooth things in Lego is you run into this kind of stuff, right? So you can either brick build it like this, or we can always like not make it as pointed in the front. This is what I call the iterative process. That comes in pearl gold too. Good piece for later. Something like this. And you can do this with snot bricks now. And then still build this thing on top of it or underneath it. Let's see, what are these called? Curved slope. I think I've maxed out what I want to use for curved slopes. Oh my goodness. Where did these guys come from? In light nougat. Look at that. This must be for like Mario or something. It's got to be like a face. Mario or Wednesday or something like that. You get two of these things together. It's a forehead or a something. It's the only thing I can think of for that. That's a good piece. Can go with these on the side of it. Not really in any colors I want. These are bigger. I don't think these come in any better colors though. They do come in dark orange. All right, well that's helpful. That could cover up this whole section here. Or be on its own. Oh my God, these are $1.20, $1.30. It's gonna be expensive microfighter, but it would look good. And same process to get them to tie together. It's pretty good. I like that. Because the other thing is they kind of, on the sides, come to an immediate, they come like full top of the circle there. So you can make this like that. Doesn't look like it's as high though. Which means it's probably that guy, which we've already discussed, is not the color I need. Neither is that guy. What about this guy? Pro gold. Figure out how to get him in here. I might have to like get it one color and then see about maybe getting somebody to print up some swirls or something to go on the top of it. It's a complicated shape, man. This is why I've kind of put off making it. Because I knew it was going to be a complicated kind of thing to figure out. And it can be a chibi shape, so it doesn't have to be like as like streamlined as all this. Like I can just, as long as there's little things poking out, like this may be just fine. You know, on either side, and then come something from the top. There's I think I know what pointed piece you're talking about. It's technically, and I was thinking about using this one, but I don't think it comes in the color I want. It's technically a modded plate. Might be a wedge plate, but it's got like a rubberized end. I wonder if it's gonna be in here. It's 1x2 plate. And then it's got like a long slope. But I think they still call it a 1x2 plate with something. And I guess not. Ooh, plant pieces. Actually not a bad idea. Doesn't come in the colors I want, so here goes that. But that's not a bad idea. Is it a 2x2 plate? Modified? One by two modified mod wedge. Nope. Ugh. If I can remember a set it was in. It's like this, but it's really long. I'm going on a limb and see if it looks it up by the material type. kind of like this. It's actually not a bad piece for stuff. What kind of... Pearl gold. Price updating. Sure, it's very expensive. That's a neat piece from a Hero Factory. Interesting. I'm gonna keep hold of this one just to be safe. Maybe flexible. Dinosaur lower jaw part. Color that I want. It's what is this? Spike? Pearl gold. Okay. Yeah, I can see it. It's like a 1x2 plate, and then it kind of. But I don't know if that's called like a wedge, plate wedge, or a slope, plate with wedge, plate with slope, palt. So kind of figuring out the look of it is going to dictate how I make him sit in here. Because what I was going to say is if you build it not on top like this, you'd end up having to put in something like a modified brick. Come on, get rid of that. Because I've done this before, and it's usually with wedge-shaped ships like Star Destroyers and whatever. If you don't want to do it with just the plates, like if you want to make it like built with slopes so it kind of lays on its side, I always have to remember to put one of these in the middle of it for the figure to sit on. So we put this on here. Honestly, you could put one of these on here now, and it would help you build out the sides a little bit. So put that under there, and then you could attach things to the sides. So that's probably what we're going to end up doing, I have a feeling, because some of the curved slopes might be better built stacked up so it's symmetrical, because it'd be harder to get like these pieces. This looks great, but having to then flip it, right, and then have it connected, you have to figure out how to make those connections then work with the rest of the body. So that's a little complicated. I think I did this once with my Mon Cal cruiser. So yeah, like this becomes a 1x5 plate width, so it can attach to everything else. And that's not quite in line there. So, you know. So this becomes another way to make it like this. In which case you could do Travis bricks. These guys, like so. And these would be cheap, but you're going to be able to see these a little bit through the thing. So I might want to do these in brown or whatever is available, reddish brown. So That'd be one way to go with this, is make it so there are seams in it and have everything supported underneath. So have everything outside dark orange, have everything inside reddish brown, and it'll give you sort of this look with, you know, seams and swirls and stuff. There's going to be no way really to do all those swirls. I don't know how to do it. But because I got the Travis bricks on here now, I can maybe attach these guys. I don't know how they attach here. Like that. Get that build area out of the way. That seems to be the only place to do it. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, feel free to like any. So like, I mean, basics. You know, all your bricks are over here on your build side. Or I'm sorry, that's really. Over on the left is your palette. Over on the right is your steps. This comes in later. I wouldn't really worry about this. The only thing I use this for is color verification. I drop a part down in here, I change the color. If it throws an exclamation point at me, I know that part doesn't exist in that color. Later, when I'm making instructions, I'll come back and use this area, but for now I just use it to verify color. These are all the different types of parts that you can go through, and you can also just type a number of a part. What's a good part number? That's not a good part number. What's the, I'm blanking on all the good part numbers. Anyway, if you know the part number, you can type it in here. You can also just type in like 1x2 plate, and it'll come up with as many 1x2 plate pieces it can find, right? You can change your colors here, right? This changes the colors of all these pieces that you pick. So if you know, let's say you're going to be building a gray Star Wars spaceship, so you change your color to be light bluish gray, or you're going to build a black space or dark gray spaceship, you can change it all that way. At any point, if you want to only find, and this is where when you're building, like I could have changed all these colors to dark orange, and then click this to say hide all unavailable parts with the selected color. So that when I type in tube or fang or slope or something, it's only going to show me the colors of that. But sometimes I want to be like, all right, well, I want to make an exception to that rule, so I usually leave that blank and then figure out colors as I go. There are a bunch of options up here. How you move the thing in space, right? Your basic cursor. I feel like I'm shouting. And you can do some math with like, I like doing this. Experiment sometimes with plate math, where, you know, you can, if you got bricks and plates that you want to attach, and you need to know like how to attach certain things to it, you can always figure out the LDUs, or Lego dimension unit, or distance unit, I think. So usually like a plate is, I think we said it was 8 or 10. There's ways to look it up. So here's your basic like LDUs, right? And how this comes into play is if like you're moving these things around with your WASD keys in space, right? You're just kind of scooching them around. you can change your grid up here to be like one stud at a time, right? Or half a stud at a time. So every stud is 1, 2. Or you can move this down to LDUs, this is a single LDU, which means it'll take, how big is a stud? 20, it should be 20 to move all the way across to this other stud. So that took 20 moves to get over there. Half of that distance is 10, all that kind of stuff. There's plate distances too, and you can change your grid to be also plate distances for the half one, which is kind of nice. And that's usually because you are moving these guys back and forth like this when they're rotated in space. There's ways to move them around in here. The thing I run into the most with math is how to line up brackets and snot bricks. I'm always running into a problem with that. I think everybody runs into a problem with that, where either you still have half a plate distance between what you want to accomplish, or it overlaps too much and it conflicts and doesn't connect really well, or a gap. There's a gap, or it doesn't quite, like, the curves don't line up how you want them to. So it's just a matter of playing around with it. And this site's really great, the LDU, because it'll give you kind of like how to connect things and how they line up. So this is a good, I'll put this in the chat. That's a good site to learn about LDUs and distances and math and stuff. The other math thing that I'm not really great at is wedge math. So like there was a new, in the Enterprise set, Johnny will know what this is you take a wedge plate, take a wedge plate of this shape, let's turn it over, and then you get another one of the other side, and you kind of line them up and rotate it so it matches, right? So this now should line up. I think it's a specific, I think it's 60. Nope. 50? It's not a 45, is it? Nope. What is this distance? So you try to line these guys up, and then you put, it actually was bigger than this. I think it was these guys. And there's really no way to do this really well. You just kind of have to eyeball it. I thought it was 60. Maybe this one's 60 and the smaller one's something else. So this is like a 60 degree. God, I thought that was 60. They changed the way the things rotate, and it has bugged me ever since they changed it. Is it 59 and a half? No. 60, 61, 62, 62. So anyway, and then you get a hinge plate. Swivel hinge plate, right? You put one here and one here, and they line up like that, right? But then you put another hinge plate here, something like this, and another one here. This isn't exactly how it lines up, but it's something like this, right? This is the kind of math that I don't, like, I can't quite grasp. It's cool when I see it, but anyway. Oh, this is a big mustard colored mess. So lining up the bricks in the studio isn't too bad because they snap usually. You can turn that on and off up here. So now they won't snap together and you can move them to wherever they want. They kind of will go into space if you leave them, but I usually leave snap on so they can snap onto something. They'll also kind of move depending on the grid that you've got up here. One of the best tools that I've got, or that I like using in Studio, is the connect tool. Let's say this is a giant subset of parts that you've grouped together, and this is another giant subset of parts that you've grouped together. When you try to put them together in the one place that you want them, the problem is every single stud and every single anti-stud will try to connect to every single other one, and it ends up jumping all over the place, right? It's like trying to connect. And it's frustrating because it won't line up to the one that you want because it doesn't know what you want it to do, and you're having a hard time telling it what to do programmatically, right? You know exactly what it wants, but it's just trying to make the best guess on where it puts this piece. So instead of making a guess about it, what I like to do is do connect, and you get this little connection tool. And if you highlight a part, it gives you all the studs and anti-stud connection points. So let's say we want this anti-stud connection point here underneath, and we want to connect it to this stud right here. And it just snaps right to it. So if you got a big group and you just want to move it right over here, that's the best way to do it. If I'd have known that back in the day, that would have saved me so many heartaches. Also, copy and mirror is very important. Like if you're doing two halves of one building, and let's say you want to do it symmetrically, you highlight the whole front half of it, just copy it, and then hit copy and mirror down here in the corner, and it makes an exact copy. And what it'll do is it'll also rotate everything, right? So if you've got corner brick, and this is a kind of a problem with rendering stuff, or not rendering stuff, importing things. Sometimes the things that have a rotational aspect to them, so like stuff like a corner piece, like any of these, won't rotate. So you'll get a full building, right? A full modular building, and let's say you've got walls of this over here this way, and then you've got another group of walls over here this way to make, you know, a room, right? You got bricks in between here. Sometimes when you import it, these bricks will all import in the same direction, which means you have to find where, and it'll break everything. You'll see the big clear wireframes in here. So you have to go through and find every single one of these and rotate them so they fit. So when you're building, it's always helpful to take one of these and do copy and mirror so it does the rotation for you, right? There's lots of other like tips that I've run into doing renderings and making instructions and stuff, but you'll figure it all out. Like, and just, you know, any questions on Discord you can ask, whatever. I'm here twice a week, usually doing this, so anytime. I don't know if that's gonna look good or not. I think that's too heavy. But if I could make it so he sits in the middle of it. Yeah, I'd almost rather do this, but see if there's a better way to attach these. There's got to be a better way to attach these. I'm going to mess with this all night. This is all I'm going to be doing. I've always wanted to do better ways to like attach, to be able to turn the orientation of stuff. When it's super flat like this, it's really hard to figure out. There's kind of a cheat with, I don't think these are going to be big enough, but if you do like a half a Technic pin, these little guys that come in only blue. I think one of these is only blue. Yeah, these aren't big enough. You can always like stick one in one of these tubes and then put this one on top to flip it. But that's if they can go all the way down in the tube, which these can't. I mean, this isn't a bad way to do it. The problem is there's no... You have this junk out here, right? You can't just do two plates that are connected. Like, it'd be great if there was a 2x2 plate that had studs on top and bottom. And I'm sure Lumibricks or something has that, but Lego just doesn't. So this is the only way I really know how to do that. And as you can see, it's not perfect. Like if I wanted to put this here, it still wouldn't, there would still be a gap. And it's not a big enough gap to put in these rounded plates like this, because these don't really fit very well in here. They're different angles. The problem I have with some of these is like the rounded plates and the rounded slopes give you this weird offset. Like, I don't know why they do that. Roller skate. I've seen people use this. I keep forgetting that it's available. Like that. It's still a stud on top, anti-stud on the bottom. Unless there's a fun way to, like they stick together like this or something. Oh wait, I know what you're talking about. Like this. Except they don't quite. Yeah, because you can put stuff on these studs. It's kind of funny because they're stud-ish, right? Let's see if there's anything online. Maybe I can learn something. Lego change build direction. I know Justin Brady Joyner of Brady Joyner Bricks is doing month-long build challenges this 2026, and I think one of the first ones he's going to be doing is how to change directions when you're building. So some of these are legal, some of them are not. It really depends on, you know, how much room you have to work with. Like that one almost feels like cheating. Some of these are not really good. They're not really solid connections. So like I wouldn't build a giant spaceship based off of one of these connections. But if you're doing very small hand size kind of stuff, it should hold together pretty well. Oh, this one would be good. See, the problem is, like, this is, a lot of these are changing anti-stud to anti-stud, not stud to stud. Oh, I've done plenty of this shouldn't work. You're stressing the brick. So yeah, anti-stud to anti-stud, anti-stud to anti-stud. This one's not too bad, but again, it's not gonna hold too much together. This one, I don't know how that works. So, clip plate. This is taking advantage of the fact that there's a notch in here, which I can do on these because there's a notch in here, but it's sticking out of the front. So that's a good place to start. Some of these are just, oh, you know, there is a piece. This reminds me of this. Oh, that actually might be kind of good. Can I get that? What is that? Blaster. This guy. And the problem is this is pretty close quarters in here. Like, that'd be great if I could somehow fit him in here, but so good idea. Oh, they actually use this in an architecture thing. That's pretty rad. Oh, this is evil. Look at this. That's pretty rad. See, this is the kind of math that I'm not really good at. Oh, that's nice. Now that we got the 1x5 pieces. I just need a flippable studs on both sides plate. What is this called? This is a light attachment. Okay, there's no other thing like that. There are... it's called a... they come in tool packs. It's a... multi-tool. They come in those like aerated bags, and they come in like a group of them, and you really only need one out of that bag. Like a lot of times you'll get them in a battle pack, and it comes with like the antenna for one of the clone troopers, or it's just like a bunch of tools. The the tire irons come in that. Let's see if I can find it. And there's a piece in that See, it's one of these, but it comes in a bag of other stuff. This. Utensil tools multi-pack. Well, that's not exactly the one I was looking for. But maybe... Okay. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. I think it came in the one for Voltron. No, but that one's really cool. Oh, you're killing me. I use it for my, oh, I know. This piece. It is called a minifigure weapon with stud. That's a weapon? Anyway, this is a useful piece. And look at that, I can use it to flip. It's just like these things, but I only have one. If I had like two of these, round plate, oops, caps lock, round plate bar. Like the ideal would be to get like a couple of these with them on each side, because then at least I could have these two bars sticking out, and I could put them into like a Technic brick and hold them in place. Because right now I could put another plate on here to hold this guy up, but then this guy's not being held up by anything. Oh, round plate, flip. What does this guy do? Come on, really? You should just go right in there. Oh man, you're killing me. That'd have been perfect. But yeah, this is kind of a useful tool. A useful part if you want to flip plates, because you can get two of these. Like so. It's about the best you can do, really. And have these attached. This might give me a good... Keep getting farther and farther down. Why is that happening? Go up a little bit. Why is everybody down here? Okay. Get rid of this guy. What happens when people stop being polite and start getting real? See, these bars are in the way. That's pretty smooth right there. And then, I just have to figure out what to put in here. But I can put in plates or something, round plates. this. That's not too bad. And then the rest of this can be built like if I was building something like this orientation. And then I can have this guy sitting like this in a chair. All right. What's up, Dusty? How's it going? Without scrolling, tabbing back over to the, I'm going to move this out of the way so you can't see it. Without tabbing back over to the internet tab, do you have any idea what I'm making? Given the color, some of the shapes, some of the other stuff, any clue? You may have already picked it out. So now, literally I could do this. How far does that go? That's good. Nope. There's already a microfighter land speeder. A donut mech. Good guess. We're doing Moya from Farscape. The Leviathan living ship, and she's got a weird shape. I still don't know where that part is, Johnny. Oh God, what was the set that it was in? I'm gonna look at Star Wars, because I know I have a few of them. Star Wars, Lego, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Sets. Like, where was it in Pod Racers? Like one of the weird. Yeah, it's this. Let's see if I could actually have one. I have one. It's a dual mold. Let's see if I could find a part number on it. But this is it. This is what I was looking for. It's a 1x2 plate, but it's got this, it's like plastic up until this point, and that's rubber. But I think this would be a good, like, back end, you know, and you can put some other slopes on top of that to connect it to the body. But that'd be a perfect, like, tail point thing. I don't know what colors these come in. I'm going to have to see if I can find with my bad eyes if there's a part number on here. Well, nope. Technic tail. Oh yeah, I looked at a couple of these. Yeah. This one's too chunky. This is the right shape, but it's just like this one where it's got a Technic end here, right? It's got the same curve. I don't think these come in any really great colors that I can use. There's this one, which we've already got, and then this one, which is a little more square. And I don't know what colors those come in either. Dark orange, so I might be able to use that. But it also has a reverse pin hole in it, so I don't have to use that pinhole. So like that. I can use that for something. I don't want to make this too terribly big. Like, I don't want it much bigger than this. Because, I mean, all microfighters kind of have to be about that big. And so little bitty, like these guys are probably the perfect size for like 2 of them off the middle of the ship. And I just need a couple, like, maybe just another one of these off the top. These are all not lining up because this guy, every time I put a new level in here, it gets all messed up. Let's raise this up a little bit. The problem with building underneath itself the whole time is you just keep lowering the build area. 40379. Yeah, got that one out here already. 403, these are 40379. So these attach to these guys. So if I had another one over here like this, the problem I run into with completing this is it's a wicked curve. Because they connect, right? That's a good connection. But it curves so much. Like there's no real way to like make that look. Because I thought about that. That'd be the perfect length. They're all the right colors and everything. I think my mouse battery is dying again. It's flickering in between being able to select and it like loses connection. This is almost more of like the size that I want. Not terribly big, maybe a little bigger than this. This is also just a cool looking, whatever that is. That's neat looking, like a Space Guild logo or something. Yeah, if this had a more tapered, like if it came off a little more tapered to finish, or if this one wasn't as curved, it'd be perfect. Which is why I was just trying to make this like this initially here, just to be like just straight finished. And the ship actually does have these little segments at the end of it, at the end of the tail here. They've got little segments. So that's not a bad thing. I can make these even like the hollow stud plates. So that's worth looking into. I'm still trying to find out. I thought the part number that they stamped on here should be the right Lego part. 2008, the Lego group, and it says 61406. Lego part 61406. Okay, look, guys. I'm gonna have to turn this to mute because my family's going crazy. This guy. Plate modify. Okay. With flexible. Let's see if it'll find it. Plate mod flexible. Problem is I gotta find. Maybe they just don't have it in the software. Plate flexible. Yeah. Oh, 61406, and it's got all these added numbers by it. Okay. Dark orange. I mean, I don't know about you, but that's a sign. How expensive is a dark orange one? 3 cents? This must have come in a dinosaur. Nice. Oh, this came in a Baradur. Hey, Johnny, I'm going to need to borrow some pieces. Can you just get the top, one of the top things off the top of your Baradur? The trick is now to be able to, I don't think it's in studio. Unless it needed like the full number. Yep, that's the problem. See, it's got all these different numbers. I don't know why this isn't in studio. It's a current piece. Oh, nice. So I'll need something like this is why there's so many of them, because it was the Baradur set. What angular extension? Let me see if I can find angular extension. If I can find a surrogate piece to like take its place, I know I can get this piece. So it's, oh God, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't say how long it is. It's 2 by 8. All right, so a 2 by 8 plate, and it doesn't like bend down. But with that little curve, there's a slight curve in that. If I just do 2 by 8. Nope. Okay. So what I might be able to do is do like, just line it up with this, and then there's another plate. Kind of comes above it a little bit. So it kind of rises up. So that's my dimension. And it just points in the back. So I'll just keep that in mind. We'll group this together and we'll say tail. All right, I'm happy with this decision. So I think between this and these two guys, this will probably give me the shape I need. Like that. I can lower this a little bit and have them a little bit more in. Like that. I think that'll come together nicely. Just like that. And then somehow we get this guy here. And then we get this guy here. It's all coming together. I feel like Kronk. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Back to this. Yeah, maybe like a little, like a candle. Oh, you know what? Just had an idea. Candle. Oh, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Because I was so excited about that. Pro gold. Could probably been super chatty stream, hasn't it? Super excited for everybody to be here watching me dumb through this. Get the shape right and I'll be happy. That's pretty good. Now that I look at it, maybe these guys are the right choice. They are a little bigger. And then I could put the candles on the end. Because I had an idea. You can get these cones. Oh. I was thinking I could put this cone down here to be an end piece. Blade, bar, tooth. I think it's a barb. Pearl gold. No, that's not too bad. That's probably a little closer to the actual size that I want. You probably have to move in about here, like that. So yeah, good start. I'm happy the way this is going. So this is all of, how many pieces is this that we settled on? 32 pieces out of the 88 that I put down here. That's not taking into account anything that I deleted along the way. So this is part of the fun of the iterative process. And this was actually when I was not looking forward to doing, because it was so organic and smooth and whatever. So curvy. It also reminds me I could probably use these for stuff. These bits. So I appreciate everybody coming by. I think I'll be here Sunday, provided we don't lose power. There's a big chance that the inch of rain that we'll get will freeze and the grid will fail again here in Central Texas like it did in 2021. Really hope not. But if it does, we've got water, we've got food, we've got toilet paper, we've got animals. We'll worry about keeping warm and whatever. So I didn't even get to talk to you guys about the wonderful go-rounds I had to get my internet back up. So hopefully on Sunday I'll be able to talk a little more about that. Maybe we'll put some of these shops together. I may have those built by then. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for hanging out. Make sure to save. You guys have a great weekend coming up. I hope you stay warm and safe. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take care, everybody.